What is up, guys? It is Christ, and we are back with another Angra video. Welcome back to Angra Tuesday, and welcome back to the Temple of Shadows album reaction and review. So, I do want to quickly apologize. I didn't upload last week simply because there was an absolute just ton of stuff that came my way, and I was lucky I was able to get the videos out that I did. So once again, I do apologize for that. We will be continuing as normal from here on out. It's just work has been picking up around here. So, the last time we left our character, the Shadowhunter in Temple of Shadows, he had just started to settle down with his family after abandoning his life as a crusader, I believe. And he's sort of like, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. So, I believe in Waiting Silence, was it Waiting Silence the last one we had checked out? Yeah, Waiting Silence was the last one we had checked out. And he had decided to go against his faith. He decided to go against the Catholic Church, and he decided to live his life with a woman of the opposite religion that he had. He was a Catholic, she was a Muslim, and he loved her, and he wanted to spend the rest of his life with her. And so he decided he was going to abandon fighting in the Crusades to be with her. And so that's where we were left. He was sort of in Spread Your Fire. He was kind of mindlessly killing. He didn't really know what he was fighting for. And then in Angels and Demons, he started to really question why he was fighting, what he was fighting for. And then, what was it? So in Angels and Demons, he had decided to like question like what he was fighting for. And then in Waiting Silence, in Waiting Silence, he decided he was going to quit and to be with this woman. So that's where we're at. He's sort of been questioning his beliefs, going through an identity crisis, and so that's where this story picks off, hopefully in Wishing Well. So, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's look and see what Wishing Well is about. So Wishing Well, if Genius will load up properly. Okay, this is completely separate from the battle. This vignette carries through the Shadowhunter's mind as the rabbi's voice constantly replays itself, telling him, no matter where you throw your coins, whether it be in a church or a well, it's your fate. If there is a God, he has a home. He is everywhere. So maybe this is like him being conflicted with actually giving up like what he used to believe in. Maybe this is about sort of like the inner struggle within him. Either way, it's going to be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check it out. This is going to be Wishing Well. Now, there is a video. We are doing a video. You guys aren't seeing it on screen simply because I don't want to like get a copyright block or anything. But I am going to be watching the video. I tried to look for the song. I couldn't find the song, but everything else said that this was about the same length as the song, so hopefully that's the case. Let's go ahead and get started.
Close your eyes, what do you see? Takes a while to believe. Feel the wind kissing your chin. Hold your cries, make a wish, dream away. Why did it take so long to understand? Black sheep of the flock will soon be banned. Don't lose it. Wish away.
Ooh, I love that. absolutely beautiful song, if I do say so myself. So, one comment I do have about the music video is it sort of seems to tie into the theme of the overall album. Um, the music video looks like it's played from the perspective of a man who looks like he's kind of living in fear. He keeps seeing like these. I don't really know like what it was. I think it looked like some sort of tribal rituals or something. Um, but he wasn't very happy about it. He looked like he was kind of scared of what was going on, and maybe it's like to symbolize the Shadowhunter and the stuff he used to fight for, the things that haunt him, the things that that could come back to harm him, could come back to harm the one he loves, and that kind of stuff. So overall, I think the music video was very well put together. I really liked it. The music was very good as well. I really liked the sort of ballad feel it had to it. It was a very, very nice song, very, very beautiful song. And I love the guitar solo in it too. That was very, very nice. Overall, this is a very, very good song. I really can't find anything to complain about. Let's look at what the lyrics have to say. We've already sort of went into a description. Why is my camera like that? There we go. Um, we've sort of went into a description of what it is, so I'm not going to do that again. So I said before that I thought it was sort of like an identity crisis that he was having. He's sort of like still warring with the beliefs in his head. And he says, close your eyes. What do you see? Uh, Take a while to believe. Feel the wind kissing your chin. Hold your cries. Make your wish. Dream away and breathe. So it seems like he's sort of visualizing like the wish and stuff that he's thinking about doing in this wishing well. Maybe he is about to throw a coin in it. I'm not quite sure. And it says, "Why did it take so long to understand? Black sheep of the flock will soon be banned." So I've always heard this expression black sheep, but I don't really quite know what it means. I'm gonna look it up so that I know like what this is talking about. A member of a family or group who was regarded as a disgrace to them. So when it says black sheep of the flock, which means it could be talking about him leaving the knights. I don't know why I'm freaking yawning. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. Um, So it seems like this character is definitely outcast by the rest of the whoever it is that he used to associate with. I'm assuming that's the case simply because he sort of like gave up his beliefs. He gave up what he was fighting for and that kind of stuff. So it would make sense if he were to be outcast because of that. Um, and it says, "Don't lose your hope, wish away." So maybe he's okay with that. Maybe he's okay with leaving these people and he wants to be with this woman. I don't know. I could be reaching here. And it says, "Journey to the sacred ground of dreamland. To one's heart content, I'll be free again. Visions telling secrets on the dreamland, and my fortune ends in the wishing well." Then it's just the chorus again. Close your. Okay, yeah. It just looks like it repeats a lot of the same stuff. There's really only tidbits of story. I would say that this overall isn't really as important to the story as the rest of the as the rest of the stuff I've heard so far. I would say the rest of the stuff is definitely kind of more important. This is just kind of like its own standalone thing. But let's go ahead and check out the Temple of Hate. Overall, I would say this song was very good. I really enjoyed it. It's a very nice change on the album. I really liked it. So let's go to Temple of Hate now. Bring it upon you. Oh, I did it again. Oh. Okay. I gotta pull up a different tab and it like pulls it out to a different window. Okay, let's look up see what Temple of Hate says it's about. Okay, so this is what Genius has to say about it. Jerusalem is stormed by an army of the Holy Roman Church in correspondence with the real event occurring in July 1099. I mean, yeah, 1099, and overcame with their zeal for Christianity, annihilate annihilated every single inhabitant. The Shadowhunter's wife and two children are Oh, I wish I wouldn't have read that. Okay, too late now. The Shadowhunter's wife and two children are killed in this attack. Oh man. The reign of Jerusalem was founded upon the fanatic, intolerant, and ignorant ideals of the Temple of Hate against the will of those who lived in the Holy Land before their invasion. That's some messed up stuff. So to me, I don't know why I'm freaking yawning. Okay, so to me, this strikes a chord with me because it kind of reminds me of the song "Holy Wars" by Megadeth. But this is rather like the other side of it. This is like the story of the guy that had his family, his wife, and his babies killed. And that's what this reminds me of. Um, so I'm definitely interested to listen to this. I just wish I wouldn't have read that first. That would have been more of a shock. Anyways, let's go ahead and start it up. Temple of Hate. Now, I have checked this song out in the past. I just never looked up a lyrical analysis of it, so I do apologize for that. But we're going to be checking it out now. Let's go ahead and get started. Amazing intro. I forgot how good that is. Oh my god. I forgot how good that solo is. Holy crap. Getting a little bit thrashy here. Okay. Oh my god, the solo just keeps on giving. This is why I love this album. Love the symphonic elements. Ah, perfect. Holy crap. I believe this was my first Angra song. I can't remember. I believe this was the first Angra song I had reacted to, and it is still just as amazing as it was then. Holy crap, that solo in the middle. We're going to talk about that. That is one of the best guitar solos I have ever heard. That is definitely in my top 5 guitar solos of all time. It's just absolutely mind-blowing and amazing what Kiko can do. I believe it was Kiko. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. He is an absolutely legendary guitarist, and oh man, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Such a good guitar solo. The rest of the song also is very, very amazing as well. From start to finish, it never lets up, and it just takes you on this fantastical journey, like through both story and music. And it's awesome. I love the drums on this. I love the bass. I love, I believe it's Ido's voice. It's just all around absolutely amazing. This entire album is absolutely amazing. I have not heard a single song on this album that I do not like. So, uh, I do not know why I'm yawning. Probably shouldn't talk either. Okay, let's look and see what it has to say on, uh, Genius. So the first thing that sticks out to me is the first verse. So these people are already in the middle of like a full-blown war in Jerusalem. It says, "Nations battle on the field, across the lands, ruthless, stealing territories from our hands, anger throwing down the victims to the ground, cold blood, younger soldiers weeping with no sound." So, yeah, so it looks like Jerusalem is in the middle of a full-scale war right now. And the temple, well, the Shadowhunter is like sort of caught in the crossfire. Um, revolution striking down now. Blind fools fighting for power to command. Flagpoles threading down the freedom of our men. Innocents dying by the fury of the sword. Poor men falling before saying their last words. So yeah, this is definitely like pretty bad stuff. Revelation Code 11 striking over us. I don't really know what this is. I'm not really too familiar with what this is trying to say. Sounds of revolution. Freedom is proclaimed. Bells announcing changes for the better in the Temple of Hate. The Temple of Hate, Satan 08. So he's basically comparing um, the Roman Catholic Church now to basically Satan. He's saying that God would never do this. You are operating out of the devil, which, to an extent, like, it is true. Um, the Roman Catholic Church back in this time, I don't care what side you fall on, if you're a Christian, atheist, Catholic, it doesn't matter. Like, the Catholic Church was totally in the wrong when they were doing this. They were they were killing in the name of God, and if they were to even pick up their Bible for 1 second, they would realize that it totally like condemns that. And I just it never I never understood like the point of the holy wars. It's just religion is something that people will always fight over, and it's terrible. Um, I'm not going to read the rest of this, simply because it just sort of like reiterates the same things. It actually just repeats the chorus. Overall, This song is absolutely amazing, but this song is absolutely amazing, but I don't understand where it's saying. The only thing I can sort of get where it's saying that his wife and kids died was the line where it says innocents dying by the fury of the sword. That's the only like sort of line I can get out of it that would imply that his wife and children had died, which absolutely sucks. So overall, absolutely amazing song. And now we are going to check out the Shadowhunter. Let's go ahead and get started. Now I've already checked out this song as well too. Love that guitar playing, sort of Latin influence on it.
I remember the blood on his hands, so ashamed, regretting his faults. So defenseless, he came from the darkness with spoke and had a good talk. Darko head reminds me of someone I find hard to recall. On his head, surrendering to sorrow, where's the face of the war? Desperate cries, running in circles, running in vain, resigning to terror. Sinful warfare, a sinful warfare, lost in the faith from a fragile heart.
I like that harmonizing.
What is so good for a man in life?
Kind of reminds me of Ghost.
She's just like a shadow. Vanitas utters the oracle, chasing after the wind. Meaningless searches for wisdom. Everything easy, fade like you're hunting for
Amazing. Holy crap. Amazing, amazing song. Holy crap, that solo was absolutely amazing. I I can't that solo just blew my mind. This song overall was just so good. Can we take a moment to appreciate the chorus in this song? Holy crap, that chorus was so good, so so packed full of emotion, and I loved that chorus. Um, when he says, "Desperate cries, running in circles, mourning in vain, resigning to terror, a sinful warfare, atrocious attack. My crusader's faith drowns in religious blood, but I'll fight till the end. Gonna find my holy grail." That part sent goosebumps down me. Ah, it was so good. That that chorus was amazing. So I don't even know, was that actually a chorus or was that a? I think it was a chorus. Yeah, it's a chorus. This song overall is just absolutely amazing. This album overall is just absolutely amazing. I haven't found a single song on this album that I do not like. Um, the music is just absolutely top notch, and I can't complain about anything. And it seems that I say the same things in every song, but yet it's true. it does have amazing guitar work. It does have amazing drum work. It does have amazing bass work, and Ito's vocals are fantastic. I can't say anything else simply because it sounds like a broken record. It's it's amazing. This album is amazing. So let's get into a lyrical analysis. Um, Now I don't think I read the bio beforehand, so I'll read it now. It says the Shadowhunter continues his travels and runs across a gypsy prostitute. Instead of giving him pleasure, uh, she reads him cards telling him love will drag him from his path. The Shadowhunter, seeking answers to questions that plague him, is even more baffled by the woman. At this point, he also discovers the death of his family. So maybe like the gypsy woman was telling him that that his family was gonna die. Um, and so I was kind of reading this. I did read it beforehand. I don't know, just don't remember if I actually like said anything. But let's see what it says. It says, I remembered the blood on his hands, so ashamed, regretting his faults. So defenseless, he came from darkness. We spoke and had a good talk. Now, I don't know who specifically he's talking about here. This could be just a random soldier. It could be a variety of things. It could be his family's killer, which I highly doubt. Uh, but it could be. It could be just a random soldier. It could be a civilian. I'm not sure. Um, And it says, Dark old hat reminds me of someone I find hard to recall. Bowing his head, surrendering to sorrow, wears the face of war, desperate cries. This actually could be about himself. Because, well, I mean, not necessarily, because I'm sure every soldier probably lost someone that they cared about. We've already talked about the chorus. I'm not going to repeat that again. Wearing black, a bow without arrows. God have mercy on his soul. Eyes of dread. Entrenched in horror, my devotions are gone. Now, the key word being here, devotions are gone, because he was devoted to his wife, he was devoted to his kids. I'm assuming this is the line where he finds out that his family is now dead, and that would be an absolute terror. You got to put yourself like in this guy's position. Like he went to go talk to someone simply because he wanted answers, and when he came back, his city was in the middle of full scale war, and he's wondering if his family. This is uneven. He is wondering if his family is even alive, and then to go to his house and find out his worst fears are true. It would. I can't even imagine like what he would be going through at that point. Running blind against the faith, reason slips away. Churches falling like castles on the sand. Ends the holy war, have the good for bad. I don't even. I'm not even. I just want to point this out. I'm not even tired. I don't even understand what's going on here. Um. So it seems like he's. I don't really know like what this is saying. Uh. I've already read that part. What does a man gain from his work under the sun where he labors? What is so good for a man in life? During his days, he's just like a shadow. And I don't know what this word is. Vanitas utters the oracle, a chasing after the wind. Meaningless searches for wisdom. Everything in is in vain, like you're hunting for shadows. I could say that from my interpretation, this sounds like he had went to talk to this person, and after he did, he found out that his hometown was being attacked and his family had died in it. So overall, I would say that this is a very, very dark song, even though it was also one of the most beautiful ones I've ever heard. Like the musically, it was very pleasing to listen to. Overall, I really enjoyed this song. Um, I wouldn't say it's like a step below the Temple of Hate. I would say the Temple of Hate is definitely my favorite, but I think that this song has the better chorus out of the two. Um, Wishing Well was just kind of like a ballad, so I'm not really going to compare it to like the epics that these two were. Overall, I am very happy with this album. I am super excited to hear the rest of it. We will continue it as scheduled next week, provided something doesn't come up. Hopefully, it doesn't. But yeah, If you guys are new here, you guys want to see more Angra, I do Angra videos, at least try to do them every single Tuesday. Last week we just kind of missed out simply because there was a bunch of stuff I had to do. So I do apologize for that once again. And yeah, this has been Christ. And oh wait, I completely forgot. I was gonna like kind of talk about like the Roman Catholic Church for those of you that haven't really been educated like in the history of them. So historically, the Roman Catholic Church was sort of, if you believe in the Bible, which you can look at it from either just a story standpoint or if you believe, I don't care. I'm just going to educate you on it. So basically, after Jesus was crucified, the Roman Catholic Church came into power. They held the scriptures and that kind of stuff, but they did not let the general population actually read the scriptures. Only like high priests were able to actually read this, and so as a result, if they wanted to, it was a very corrupt time. As a result, if they wanted to sort of like deceive the masses into like believing them about anything, because people back in that time were very religious, very superstitious, and that kind of stuff, and they would believe anything like the high priests would say. And so the high priest, basically the churches controlled the governments back in this time. And basically whatever the church said is what went. So if they wanted war with someone, all the church would have to do is say that they wanted to go to war with someone, and it would happen. And basically that's what happened with the Roman Catholic Church during the Crusades, the Holy Wars um, of the late 1000s to 1100s. Um, they had basically wanted to eradicate, I believe, Islam, and they wanted to convert everybody to Christianity. But the problem is that they would kill anybody that would not convert, that would not believe what they did. And a lot of people were kind of apprehensive. You got to put yourselves in their shoes. If there is an army coming to your house saying convert or die, like, are you gonna fight or are you going to like surrender to them? It's it was just a very very dark time in human history, and it's one that I think definitely definitely could have been changed if you know what I mean. And so that's basically how the Roman Catholic Church got started. That's sort of how they were able to deceive the masses into believing them. That's how they were able to organize and attack and spread their cancer throughout Europe. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a history lesson. That's one of the things that fascinated me in school was the Holy Wars, the Crusades of the 1000s. Anyways, if you thought that was useful information, great. If you didn't, oh well. With that out of the way, guys, this has been Christ, and we will see you later.